Howdy, howdy. We're back. Day 2. Let's go. So just to dive right in, really going to keep it under 5 minutes for every one of these. The 33 videos in 33 days. Today's topic, as in the title, a quest for work-life balance. So not sure that that's ever something that we will master, especially in the technological 21st century. But we're on the quest. And so that's what I want to talk about today. Rainy day here in Austin. Was planning to work out this morning. Didn't get a workout in. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was up and at 'em, feeling great. Today, a little different. But that in and of itself, I think, is sort of our starting point here, which is essentially that, it has a different meaning for everybody, right? And it's not necessarily a static goal. I love this. Maintaining balance means having the flexibility to constantly shift when necessary so that you can accommodate life's unexpected challenges, right? So always going to be unexpected stuff that pops up. And so I think important to understand that it's different for everybody and it's not static, and it's really about having the healthy habits and the disciplines and nurturing those to have the flexibility to adapt and to overcome and to get back to the good routines. So that's A, is just obviously it's different for everybody. And then B, or number 2 here, is just addressing a couple myths. One that's been super powerful for me, certainly in the last year or so, with more of the stay-at-home, work-from-home situation with COVID last year. Was just addressing this multitasking myth. I've always been lots going on, lots to do, trying to juggle many things at one time. And, again, love this, pulled this from an article, was once seen as a magic ticket to time management. But come to find out, the more and more research, the more and more feedback, the more and more great minds that I've been fortunate to pluck things from and learn from and read from is the best in the biz, the designers, the developers, the architects, the operators, what have you, are really lasering in on one thing at a time. Is it in the calendar? At what calendar block is it in the calendar? And doing that one thing. Again, love this. There's certain times when the multitasking works well, looking at a to-do list while waiting in line at the post office, or listening to something that needs to be learned, an audiobook, a podcast, or something like that while cleaning the house. More passive types of situations, it could work well. But I think this multitasking myth is a big one, and definitely encourage you to consider that further. Beyond that, a couple great resources for me recently have been this Kwik fellow. And a couple other things which I'll mention, but in particular, so I got the recent article of Entrepreneur here, and I pulled up the online article. You can check that out, Entrepreneur, and just search Kwik. But world-renowned brain coach, lots to unpack in this. I'll just encourage you to check him out further. One of the things that I really love, is been hearing it more and more, and so there's a great synchronicity here in the article, is how to focus, right? This concept of we're essentially learning how to learn, right? Learning our sweet spots in terms of when to learn and how to learn. And so he says, here, a little pull quote, "Focus begins in the morning," Kwik says, "and most entrepreneurs destroy it by reaching for their phones." Imagine that. When you wake up, you're in this relaxed state of awareness. It's the most relaxed you'll feel the entire day. But when you pick up your devices, you're rewiring your brain for 2 things: for distraction, and then something even worse, reaction, right? So this concept of, it's not how smart you are, it's how are you smart, right? So again, Kwik, check him out. I've been mentioning him since I got a hold of this article to some friends and family, and mostly unknown. So it seems like some good stuff to explore there. Further on the concept of really narrowing in your focus. Actually, a book I haven't picked up in a while, I might revisit it, but I thought of earlier, was The One Thing. What's the one thing you can do such that by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? which leads me. So again, great resource here. This Gary Keller guy is fantastic. Definitely encourage you to check him out and his work. That was presented to me by a good fellow, the homie. Have to make a plug here. And our final point of this video today is the concept of play and leisure, right? So we talked a bit about zoning in on the work and lasering in on your tasks and on your flow and your strengths, and having the adaptability. But what about completely and totally unplugging? That for me is the goal this year. This next orbit around the sun is being fully immersed in the work when I'm in the work, fully unplugged and immersed in the family and the kids and the playtime when it's playtime, right? So the OneThing was a book that actually was introduced to me by the good man John Fitch. So I wanted to plug this here for you all in the Austin circle. I'm sure you already know what's good, but our man John Fitch here with his time off publication, just fantastic, practical guide to building your rest ethic and finding success without the stress. Please do check that out if you haven't already. And I think is a really great litmus, a really great North Star to that yang to the yin, right? Of the life balance to the work balance. All right, this is after 6 minutes. I got to trim these down a little shorter to 5 minutes or so each day. But I'll be back again tomorrow, baby. 33 and 33 days. Let's do it. I wish you much success and inspiration in your work-life balance pursuits. And I have to say, it's probably my favorite emoji. Just a little fun fact, the yin-yang, purple yin-yang emoji. Anyway, peace, much love. Hasta mañana.